Is Bali still worth traveling to in 2025? Whether you are a nomad and looking to stay a little bit longer or just want to travel here and have an amazing holiday, I'm going to give you the best itinerary and what places you should avoid and where to go and what can you experience in these places. And on top of my own opinion based on my 3 years living here and also traveling here since 2018, I will also tell what my parents think of Bali and all these places and if they thought it's worth to travel here, as they had a few weeks holiday in Bali in the end of last year. So let's start with the first spot where my parents came and what I would recommend for some people but not for all, and that is Canggu. And yeah, my parents didn't really like it so much because it's a little bit like dirty and busy and like it's not definitely not the most beautiful area in Bali, but I would still recommend it if you're looking to see how foreigners live here, and these are nomads, and also there's of course a lot to do here. You can even see rice fields and temples and remote beaches and incredible beach clubs, and like there's so much to do here. Also like amazing gyms with sauna, ice bath area, paddle, you can surf here also. Like there's a lot to do, but to travel and see like the most beautiful and authentic areas in Bali is not like that. So some of you probably want to skip Canggu completely, but if you are interested to see this kind of lifestyle, you can stay here for a few nights as my parents did and I always when I traveled in Bali back in the day. And yeah, it's still a good place to start your trip, to do some surfing, to get rid of the jet lag if you have one. And going out is also pretty good in Canggu if you're interested in the nightlife. But the next area is somewhere you definitely should stay a little bit longer and one of the most amazing areas to experience in Bali, and that is Ubud. And yeah, there's just so much to see and experience in Ubud. It's the traditional and like cultural center of Bali, and it's pretty cool area. It's middle of the jungle. There's a lot of rice fields, there's jungle, there's like a lot of spiritual things. You can do yoga. You definitely should try some kind of yoga and spiritual events in Ubud. It's just the thing there, and also of course experience a lot of the culture and go to the temples and different like shows and everything they do in Ubud. Like it's pretty incredible experience. And my parents, they really loved Ubud, the culture, the temples, the waterfalls, and like they were amazed by the waterfall. We went in North Bali. You can do a lot of nice day trips to the north basically from Ubud easily, and yeah, they were just like so mind blown by it. And that's my experience also the first times I visit Bali and travel here. It's just like the nature is incredible and it's not that crowded actually nowadays. Like of course Bali is so visited and Canggu is very crowded and even Ubud is very crowded, but like when you go a little bit further away for the waterfalls and places like that, it's not too bad. There's of course many people there. It's not like you're the only one traveling Bali, of course, but it's not too bad. Like it's not like a something you should be too worried about. And yeah, Bali can be also still quite affordable when it comes to traveling here. Like scooters and food and everything is very affordable, so it's not going to cost too much money. And also accommodation, there's always a little bit cheaper options, and also like if you want more luxurious places, they're way cheaper here than in most like Western countries, so it can be still quite affordable when it comes to like the total cost of the trip. And if you want all my recommendations for accommodation in all these different areas and basically everything else you need to know to make sure that your trip is the most amazing and you save money, avoid any mistakes and stay safe, check my Ultimate Bali Life Guide, and now you can get 20% off using the code YouTube20. And also if you want to be a nomad or you already are, I just launched an amazing community for all of us called the Nomad Tribe, and now the first few hundred members will get the special price and a lot of support and resources, so feel free to check it out and join also if that sounds good to you. But yeah, the next spot to travel to after Ubud is definitely you should go one of the islands. Basically you can go to Nusa Penida or Gili Islands. There are a lot of different options. You could even go all the way to Komodo, but then you need to fly out from Bali, but it can be incredible also. Experience to see Komodo is one of the most beautiful places on this earth. It's just incredible. So you could also have that within your Bali trip. But already the islands in Bali are incredible. Nusa Penida is definitely my favorite. Unfortunately, we couldn't go with my parents because the weather was a little bit bad. It was during the rainy season and you need to go with the ferry, and I don't feel extremely safe if it's bad weather with big waves with those little boats. But yeah, we didn't go, but you should definitely go. I've been there so many times. The most incredible place is Clinking Beach with the like famous dinosaur place, and you probably see it on social media a million times, but you need to go in person. You will be so mind blown. It's just like so insane to see it in real life. And also I guess they're building like some kind of elevator down to the beach, which is kind of gonna ruin the experience, so you should definitely go there now before that's gonna be finished. Hopefully it never will, but like, yeah, it's insane to hike down to the beach. It's a little bit hard hike, like it's hard to go on the cliff, but when you come to the remote beach, there's almost no one else there, and just playing with the waves. You shouldn't swim there, by the way, it's very dangerous, but like just playing with the waves and running on the beach and chilling there is just insane experience. Like it's one of these things that like, yeah, you just need to experience it. But yeah, the view is also just incredible also, so you don't necessarily need to hike down. But yeah, I would recommend spending maybe 1 or 2 nights in Nusa Penida just to experience that, and also maybe go to the east side and Diamond Beach and all those places. They are also incredible. And of course Nusa Penida is also, you can live like on the beach and like eat on the beach, and it's pretty nice island vibe, and it's a small place, so it's not super like big tourist place. And yeah, the other option is Gili Islands, where it's little island, you just go with bicycle. It's pretty nice vibe. I like it, but not as much as Nusa Penida. But for nightlife, it's much better. And also snorkeling is just great. In Gili Islands, you can see a lot of turtles easily. Like it's really nice. But in Nusa Penida, you can also snorkel with manta rays, which is also such an amazing experience. I would highly recommend that. The water is very cold, by the way, but it's so much fun. Like you can see a lot of manta rays. Most of the time, I think like, yeah, if you're very unlucky, you wouldn't see any, but like usually you can see them, and it's really nice. And the scenery is just like out of this world. So yeah, Ubud and Nusa Penida, or the islands, definitely still so worth it. And if you get any value out of this video, please like the video and subscribe to not miss out all the future content. And the last area I would definitely recommend going for at least few nights is Uluwatu. Uluwatu is just like this amazing island paradise with amazing beaches, with blue water, a lot of amazing cliffs. It's just such a beautiful place and so unique with all the cliffs and beaches and everything like that. You can watch the nicest sunsets ever in Uluwatu. You can go to the beaches, you can go to beach clubs and like cliff clubs, eat food with the amazing views and watch the surfers. And you can of course surf yourself. So it's a pretty nice place. There's also like Uluwatu Temple, and there's different places to see there. So it's really nice, but it's not like the #1 spot you should go in Bali, in my opinion, when you're having a trip. So it's just good to end your trip there for at least a few nights, because it's also closer to the airport, so it's easy to leave then from there. And my parents definitely did like Uluwatu, but they say that Ubud for them was like clear #1 in their trip, and they were really happy with the trip overall. And I think if we would have had the chance to go to Nusa Penida, they would have liked it even more. So I think that tells you something. If they are not really people who usually like to travel in tropical places like this, but even for them it was such a good experience. They really loved it. And of course food itself is an experience in Bali, and they definitely loved all the food we ate all around Bali, the Indonesian food, the Western food. So is it worth it? I would say yes. Like in my opinion, it's still #1 place in the world to experience so much within like 2 or 3 weeks easily, and it's quite affordable. And for long-term base, it's also, in my opinion, the best place to stay in Canggu for long term. There's so much to experience in Bali, so you can stay here for years and still there's more to see, and there's always different places to do day trips and weekend trips and travel around. Also Indonesia has so many insane spots. So for example, East Java, I really enjoyed that. It's so beautiful, it's incredible, and there's many different islands. Komodo, Mentawais, like there's so much to see in Indonesia. Also Lombok, the neighboring islands, is incredible, but for a short trip I would say yeah, you can experience more, especially with the culture side in Bali. So yeah, check out my Bali guide if you're coming here, and enjoy your trip.